Hey everyone, so this is my review of Manifest, Season 1, Episode 10, called Crosswinds, and essentially what this episode is about is that Michaela's new sort of next level callings are causing her to have a bunch of different hallucinations that don't quite match up with what she thinks they should. And when Ben chooses to look into these callings that Michaela's had, he sort of encounters some new alliances as well as a new adversary. And this was a really entertaining episode that definitely had a lot of really good moments to it. And I'm really curious and excited to see what they're going to do going forward with everything that this episode sort of laid out. And with that, all the moments between Ben and Grace in this episode was interesting, with Olive and Cal working to sort of navigate and figure out where their parents sort of stand with each other, and them trying to figure out how to best sort of do things that is best for both of the parents. And how all that played out and stuff was really interesting with what Olive chose to do as well as what Cal sort of chose to do. And then everything with Michaela and her working with these saved patients from the previous episode and getting a calling from one of them to look into this potential missing person who is the wife to one of these sort of comatose patients, and her sort of navigating and figuring out the truth of what's actually going on with this missing person. And everything was really interesting to see how all that sort of played out and navigated. But it also felt a little weird with how Michaela sort of chose to approach the situation by the end, when the truth is revealed that this comatose patient that had recently woken up was actually an abuser to this missing person. And just how Michaela sort of chose to attack him, and how she accused him of essentially lying of his amnesia. And everything was really kind of weird and confusing to me. But then everything with the hallucination was a great setup that I'm very curious to see how it's all going to play out in the future. Where it turns out that Michaela and Cal are sort of getting different parts of the same vision. And I'm just really curious to see what's going to happen when that vision eventually plays out. Then everything with Ben and him navigating and figuring out more of the story of what's going on was interesting, with him encountering this new sort of person that is working against them, known as the Major, and him working to figure out the Major's identity and sort of why she's doing what she's doing and what it has to do with Ben and the rest of the passengers and stuff. Was really interesting with how he chose to approach all the different situations. And then I'm just really curious to see what's going to happen now that this new NSA sort of agent that was willing to help Ben is also sort of now under the Major's control. Then just overall, this was a really entertaining episode that I'm really excited and curious to see sort of what's going to play out next after everything that was set up in this episode. And just, yeah, so that's my review of Manifest, Season 1, Episode 10, called Crosswinds. So, yeah. Bye!